Okay, guys, in this YouTube video, we're going to be doing a live objection handling where I show you exactly. This is a live call, 25 minutes. This guy throws every single objection at me in the book: money, time, partner, everything. Okay, I'll see you inside.
Before I even get into any of this, of
Yeah.
course, this is a big financial obligation or commitment, I guess, because I need to look it over. I'm gonna ask, like, I'm going to, well, my parents are kind of my financial turn
Advisors.
tos. Well, I turn to them for financial advice, and then I also have a financial advisor as well.
Okay.
Before I can officially say 100% yes, I'm
Yeah,
in, I need to take a little bit of time
for sure.
to turn to them.
Let me ask you, if I gave you 5K in a duffel bag and said, hey, this is for you to really spend on to take your business to the next level, be successful, is this what you would put it towards?
I would say it's an interesting question because 5K can realistically, it could do a lot. I would say there's like a 70% like yes, 70% yes
What
there.
would you do with the other 30%? Or what's the other 30% leaning towards?
The other 30% is I could use that 5K. I could do research on my own and then use that towards advertising on Facebook and Instagram because my target audience is roughly in their mid to late 20s or even 30s.
Yeah.
They're mostly going to be on those platforms. Not necessarily TikTok. TikTok is where I would probably just try to build my personality for people to see.
Okay, so
I mean,
you
I
could
could still,
potentially take that 5 grand and use it for ad spend.
yeah, ad spend, funding other parts of my business.
What
That
parts?
5K, I would say I would also probably put it towards, oh, there's a couple things.
Like what?
I would say maybe one of those AI video editors so I could just pump out content as quickly as possible. So just batch record and then put it through that. I mean, that's a
So
good
you
amount of
could
money
take
every
5 grand
month.
and give it to an AI video editor, and he
That's
could.
not that's not all it would go to, but that's where a small portion would go.
If they're successful and they know what they're doing, they've been in the game for 5 years, right? Why do you think they're not giving a bunch of money to an AI video editor?
It's because they've already developed processes that they can use to streamline their content production.
Or what if they know that that's not actually going to bring in clients?
Right.
Now, let's go with maybe your other idea. You take that money, you put it towards ad spend, Facebook ads. Do you know how to create ads
I would say I have a general idea. My fiance is a graphic design major, so she does know how to design the graphics for the ads.
for the thumbnail? So just like a picture.
A picture, she knows how to grab attention to specific parts of the graphic.
You think that's going
Something
to
that
really attract clients?
it could attract some. I mean, whenever I see a Facebook ad for an item that I've been looking for, or literally just anything on Facebook Marketplace, I'm kind of drawn towards that photo.
Did you buy it?
No, because usually they charge more than what I'm really looking to spend.
What if a potential prospect says that about your fitness coaching?
I would say that that's fair. It's not really for everyone. That saved time and effort that you spent possibly looking through multiple different sources on how to properly lose weight could have been spent doing something else. So that something about time is money.
Okay. What if they say, yeah, no, I'm good? How'd you handle that?
I would shoot them a different offer to see if maybe that would get them interested in the coaching.
What if they don't sign up at all?
I would say I would really just have to leave it at that.
Okay.
I mean, my time is also valuable. If I'm just chasing after one individual, then they might not even be worth really investing that time, where I could just be investing that time and taking other calls, other people who might be interested.
Have you ever done sales before?
To an extent, whenever I'm working valet, someone will come up in a nice car, and I'm like, "Hey, if you're interested, I have these spots right up front for you, right in front of the restaurant you're going into. If you can give me $40 right now, I'll give you the spot." And usually, the people in the nice car, they're in front of their wife or girlfriend or fiance, whatever it is, and they happily pay it.
So hospitality, I've also been a valet. I've also been a doorman, right?
Yeah.
At ultra luxury resorts. The hospitality game is different than the sales game. Because sales, you're selling yourself. Sales, you're selling a transformation of fitness coaching. This is a process. It took a while to get good at sales. That's why a big emphasis of our mentorship and coaching is on the sales and influence game. Now, part of content creation is sales as well. Now, if you don't even know how to create organic content, obviously you know how, but like part of the reason why you're really wanting to get mentorship and the advanced training is because you need help with the marketing, which is the content creation, right? So if you don't know the proper training yet to create organic content, think about how many competitors you have with ads. There's guys that are fitness coaches that are running $3,000 per day in ad spend, and they have an organic brand content creation. If you don't know how to create organic content, what makes you think you're all of a sudden going to be able to create a high level production style ad and you're going to potentially put a bunch of money into it? And then what if you get all these leads, let's just say hypothetically, and you don't even know how to do the sales side? You just lost a bunch of money in ad spend. Now you have all these leads, you don't know how to close them.
Right. That makes sense.
And then you have to answer your fiance like the guy and the valet. She's like, "How's your business going?" You got to
And I
answer
would
that question.
say I wasted some money.
You can easily take that risk. Now you go to your parents, you go to your financial advisor, you say, "Hey, I want to do X, Y, Z. I want to invest in myself, begin online fitness coach." They're like, "What are you talking about? You're a computer guy. You're going to school for computers. Stay in your lane, buddy." And you're going to be like, "No, no, no, no. Trust me. Like I have a passion for this." And they're going to be like, "Sounds like a great option, but I would focus on the path that you have right now because you've been working so hard at it." Isn't that probably what they're going to say?
They're going to say something along that line. They're a little bit more traditional.
So let's say they say no. What are you going to do?
I'm going to come to a conclusion by myself. Obviously, I'm going to take their words into consideration. I'm going to think them over, kind of let them cook in my brain for a minute. But ultimately, if I come to a different conclusion, that's okay as well. Because I mean, that's been my entire life. Obviously, there's been things that I've done that they were like, maybe you shouldn't do that. It ended up working out anyway, working out better than I could have even hoped.
For sure. So you have the most information accessible to you right now. If you were empowered to make a decision, I get it, your financial advisor, I get it, your parents, but you're a smart guy. I'm sure you know exactly what they're going to say. At the end of the day, this is about you. This is about deciding whether he wants to or whether he doesn't want to. Whether he wants to be a successful online fitness coach, get the proper training and advanced coaching that he needs to learn the skills, to take this seriously, to be a professional, to move into a full-time role, to potentially even be in a position to make 10K a month, to surround himself with a community of like-minded individuals, because you're not surrounded by anybody right now. That's different. That's change. Your nervous system's going to react accordingly. You're going to be a little bit afraid. You're going to have some hesitancies. You're going to have some fear. The question is not, are you going to have any fear? The question is, how are you going to handle that?
Right. I'm not entirely sure how I would.
Well, you're feeling it right now. I'm sure you have a little bit of
Yeah.
butterflies.
A
I'm
little
sure you're a
bit.
little bit nervous, a little bit fearful. You have the same feeling that someone who hasn't gone to the gym yet has. There's always a diet starts on a Monday guy. New year, new me. But the weights are just waiting there, waiting to be picked up. The question is, who's going to actually be able to push past their fear and go pick them up when they haven't? Now, you chose to do that on the fitness side and you reap the benefits, but you're in a similar situation now. You're 30, 50 pounds overweight when it comes to business right now. Now, this is something to where instead of going 5 years, you could learn the skills in 6 months if you dedicate yourself. So how are you going to handle that fear?
That is something I need to figure out.
Well, let's say you were going to figure it out right now.
I would say I need to find the information that I need.
What do you mean find the information you need?
So, like, I need to find the information I need to make my company successful. So, do the research in how to make organic content. So, just watch a couple advice videos over the internet.
Why are you
That
even
would
on this
probably-
call? You've already watched organic YouTube. You've already watched all the free videos, have you not?
I've not watched all of them. I've watched a couple.
Okay. And you ended up here. Why is that?
I wanted to see what it was about. I wanted to see if it was something for me because it seemed enticing.
Is it something for you? Do you feel that it's something for you?
I would say I'm a little bit the thing I'm most fearful for right now is the price. I would say that's the thing that's making it not for me. And
Okay, forget about the money.
yeah,
Do you feel this program is for you?
I feel like it's something I can benefit from, yes.
Don't beat around the bush, man. Come on, just be honest. Literally learning the exact roadmap of exactly what to do. Is that something that you would benefit from to be successful?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if you are successful, what would that look like monetarily wise?
For this moment, enough to help me quit my job right now.
Okay. If you were able to quit your job, let's say I fast forward you 2, 3 months, you've taken this knowledge, you're full time, and I said, was it worth it? You investing in yourself, you taking a risk, what would you say?
I would say yes.
See, but how would you know? How would you actually know if you don't take the risk and try?
Kind of had me stumped a little bit. I guess I wouldn't know unless I tried.
So, what's stopping you from really taking the risk and getting started right now? If you're really being honest with yourself.
I would say the risk of spending $5,000, and I've been in financial situations before where I've spent money on something and then it just stresses me out. It's just the stress of the risk, the stress
Okay.
that's involved with the risk.
How is muscle grown? Is it grown with no stress, with complete comfort? Is that how muscle's grown?
No,
How is muscle grown?
it's grown by continuously over time focusing on hypertrophy and I would say making sure you're getting your meals after your workouts, making sure you're eating properly, getting the right nutrients.
Is that comfortable?
No, definitely not.
Can that be stressful?
To an extent, yes.
But that's how muscle's gained. That's how the shape that a person wants is gained, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Why would this be any different?
I mean, looking back at it, it still just comes back to the cost.
Okay. No. You're thinking about it in terms of a dollar amount, and you're thinking about it a
Yeah.
cost of what it's going to cost you to do this. What if someone was thinking about that in terms of fitness? Oh, it's going to cost me this to get healthy. But what's the cost of them not doing it? Getting diabetes, getting sick, getting unhealthy. So in the same way, what's the cost of your inactivity? Not taking action has consequences. So what's the cost of this inactivity? You not making this decision.
I would say not getting access to all the information I would need to streamline the process to me becoming a successful online coach.
So what's actually riskier? You investing in yourself, taking the risk, putting your balls on the table, so to speak, jumping into the pool, jumping into the unknown, so to speak, and seeing what you can do. You're young. Money's always going to come and go. But this moment, your ability to take action right now, your ability to get what you need to be successful is right in front of you. But the opposite's also true. You cannot do what you need to do. Let the same way of thinking that you've had freeze yourself. You continue trying just the free route and you're not successful. And you have to go into a computer science job potentially. You don't get to fulfill your dreams of really monetizing this passion of yours. What's actually riskier?
The risk would be that
Just be honest with yourself. What's actually riskier?
I don't know what the risk would be. There's no 100% guarantee that it does end up working out.
There's no guarantees in life at all, man. Only guarantees are
Yeah,
death and taxes. Let's just be honest. There's no guarantee that you're going to get a job even if you graduate college. There's no
right.
guarantee that you get to your wedding and you're going to say I do, your fiance is going to say I do. There's no guarantee that you're not going to die tomorrow in a car crash or me. There's literally no guarantees in life. I can tell you this
Right.
though. I can guarantee you what would happen and what would happen to a person if they stayed comfortable, if they didn't take any risk. If someone really stays in their comfort zone, what happens to them?
They never really advance.
They never have their potential. They stagnate. You've probably seen that. Why don't you want to be
Sometimes they
one of
fall
those people?
backward. Well, I would say in terms of the program, I'm thinking back to how I even got to the point where I am now in terms of just health and fitness, and some of it comes from the hard work ethic I already had before even losing the weight. I already had the drive, but I really didn't know what to do, and then I figured it out, and then I really pushed myself. So what's stopping me from possibly figuring out a strategy, like a full-on roadmap of what I need to get done, what kind of content I need to make, how it needs to be structured, and then I just
What stopped
fully
you up
push
until
that.
this point?
I
Why aren't
would
you
say the
already
time
successful?
current. I would say the time constraint was probably my biggest thing.
There's always time. Have you watched TV or played video games in the last 2 months?
I've not played video games, but the only time I've watched TV is while I'm on the treadmill in the gym during my post-workout cardio.
Okay. You easily could have been learning about how to create successful content. You easily could have been learning about maybe something else, researching. People come to us all the time after months of free content. Why
Yeah,
do you think that is?
because I would say maybe the free content wasn't 100% successful or didn't give them the answer that they really needed.
That's
Or
usually what it is. Or everyone has a different opinion. And there's so many different variables involved. Content creation is literally just one of them. And they didn't have someone to review their content. They didn't have someone to tell them whether it was a yes or no. They got a few comments maybe that were negative, and they're like, oh, this content sucks, but it's actually not. Creating actual content that's attracting your ideal client avatar is not easy. And the algorithm is changing constantly. We were just on an executive meeting because the algorithm's completely different this month than it was last month. They're at the highest level of this game. They were literally saying, we spent a few hours trying to figure out how it's different because it's constantly evolving. You have the opportunity to be in those meetings. Do you want to be in those meetings?
I'm a little bit hesitant.
Yeah, why do you think that is? What's behind that hesitancy?
I would
It's not the money.
say
It's not the money because you can do this financially.
part of me thinks that some of the things that I could learn from the program, I could possibly find if I were to scrape the internet, just part of it. So it's making me think
We
that
had a guy come to us yesterday. He has 150,000 followers. He's making 40 grand a month. He joined the exact same program that you're had the opportunity to join right now. Do you know why he did that?
I would say he thought it was a way to really boost his success. I mean, 40,000 a month is already pretty successful, but he wanted to take it to the next level.
And there was holes in his coaching offer and in the sales side that he knew he wasn't being as efficient as he could be. And even though he's successful, he had this kind of lone wolf mentality. And he's like, man, I'm done letting that kind of dictate my own growth. I want my clients to invest in themselves and pay for fitness coaching. And I'm not even willing to invest in myself. Think about that. You want your future prospects to invest in themselves and hire you as your fitness coach to when they can go on ChatGPT and say, design me a workout program. How does that make sense?
It doesn't make sense.
You're hesitant to invest in yourself, but you want your future prospects too. What's that called?
It's called irony.
A little bit hypocritical, isn't it?
Yeah. Well,
What if a prospect said that? Hey man, have you even never invested in yourself?
to an extent, I have invested already a good amount of money in college.
No, your parents are paying for that.
Oh no, they're just paying for the rent of my apartment. For the actual college part, I invested in tons of hours of AP classes, AP exams, so I could take less classes once I got to college. I also got really good scholarships. I also am taking on debt Just a little bit, but a lot of I actually get a refund every single semester because of the investment I put in to my studies.
I take my comment back then. Good stuff, man. So you know what it's like to invest in yourself then, because you care more about the outcome than that. You graduating with a degree means you can get a six-figure job. You could do XYZ with that knowledge and information. Now, why
Yeah.
are you not thinking about this in the exact same way?
In terms of college versus this program, college is something that's been established for a very long time. It's not 100% effective. I know people who've gotten college degrees or didn't finish college degrees and now are in debt and they don't have a job in their field. But in terms of looking back at my parents, all of their friends who have gone to college and gotten their degrees, they all have successful careers. Some of them they're not even really using their degrees anymore. They're actually management in the companies that they started at. I would say just the
It's no different. It's the advanced training and the advanced coaching to not only learn the knowledge, the skills, and the blueprint and the roadmap so that you can go and effectively do the thing, but it's also what? The accountability and surrounding yourselves with like-minded people, the professors, the other students. You're learning to walk, talk, think like that because you care more about success than you do about that money. The money is a tool. So you know what it's like to think like that. But when it comes to this unconventional path, there's a reason why these programs exist. They're coaches at the highest level today. They're never going to not be successful online fitness coaches. They tell me all the time. But with this, you have the opportunity to learn from guys that are literally doing it every single day at the highest level.
Right.
But it's unconventional. It's different. But you want unconventional results. You're telling me you want to have a six-figure online fitness coaching business. That's an unconventional thing. You tell that to your parents' friends. You tell that to someone who's in corporate finance. They're like, okay, but you could be making more money than that. They're probably not making $100,000 a month like Breyden is. Breyden dropped out of college. He's invested tens of thousands into mentorship. To get unconventional results, you got to do unconventional things. You can do this financially. No one else's decision or opinion. You're the most experienced. You're the best person to be able to make this decision. Can you afford 170 a month, Brandon?
Actually, I'm probably putting just about that much, or I was planning on putting that much away towards or more than that, towards my wedding next year.
Do you feel you could come in here and actually get clients that are making you more than 170 a month?
I feel like I could.
Okay. So how much of a better wedding could you have if you actually come in here, invest in yourself, take a bet on your own skills, your own ability to learn, get clients, and have the best wedding of your life, and you have an insane career? Think about how much happier you'd be at your wedding.
I'd be a good amount happier.
You ready to get going, man?
And a firm lets you pay it off in full at some point, right?
Yeah, if you want to pay it off in full prior to completion, you can do that.
I'm rolling it over in my mind. Sure, let's do it.
All right, man.
You put me through the ringer. I tried stopping it at every single point, but you got me.
All right, man. Let's get you rocking and rolling, brother.
It should show up on your Stripe dashboard pretty soon.
Awesome. It went through. Okay, man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, guys. I hope you learned something. Okay. That's it for that YouTube video. Now, if you want to learn how I do that, I don't care what industry you're in. If you're a mom, a brother, a son, I don't care if you're in marketing, sales, if you're a president, a CEO, you work a 9-to-5 job, you work at a gas station, I don't care. Sales and learning sales will change your life. I guarantee it. Click the link below, fill out the application. I'll be in contact. I'm only accepting 3 people, but I'll be in contact with you guys. Okay. I'll see you in the next one.